How important is portfolio disclosure to a well-functioning investment management industry? My research through CIFA and the CMCRC examines a number of disclosure regimes with respect to accuracy and the susceptibility of a reporting regime to copycat behaviour in an environment absent of mandatory disclosure. We found periodic portfolio disclosure tends to underestimate true excess performance, and copycat funds following the disclosed holdings of top-tier fund managers significantly underperform, while copycats following bottom-tier fund managers significantly outperform. As performance measurement is critical to the process of determining whether the investment objectives of the investor are being met, any performance review framework requires that sufficient data is available to make a clearer assessment about overall performance and the sources of performance generation. Indeed, better understanding of how investment performance has been derived provides investors with a feedback mechanism on the value of the services being provided by fund managers. Much of our research over many years now has been to explore whether professional investors can achieve improved precision in their decision making through the use of more granular portfolio management data compared to the aggregated data currently available across the industry. Let me use an analogy outside of funds management which can be used to illustrate why increased granularity in information can be valuable in making assessments about performance. Let's use a sporting context. If we were told that the world number 1 tennis player had won the Australian Open tennis final against the world number 2 player, that would convey very simple but effective information that the number 1 player played better tennis in that match. However, astute analysts would then be interested to know about the quality of the victory, the breakdown of how many sets were played, and the scoreline in each set. One may even take the level of analysis further to determine the number of unforced errors, first serve percentages, and forehand and backhand winners for both players. In short, increased granularity can help enable improved inferences about the quality of the players involved and how the match was won or lost. In the context of portfolio management, performance is typically reported at total fund level, usually at monthly frequency. Such data provides the marketplace with an understanding of the performance in the period, and other assessments can then be considered relative to an appropriate benchmark index and against a suitably defined peer group of competing fund managers. An effective portfolio disclosure regime must balance both its costs and benefits across the entire financial services industry. A number of arguments exist against which mandatory holdings disclosure and the implementation of more frequent portfolio disclosure can occur. The main concern is that third-party investors are able to anticipate fund manager trades given disclosed current holdings positions and front-run, freeload through copycat strategies, or perhaps even reverse engineer that undercut fund managers. Unlike in the US, in Australia we don't have a mandated disclosure regime related to portfolio holdings data, which would otherwise ensure more granular information is available on the management processes attributed to collective investment vehicles, that is, unique funds. While fund managers typically provide institutional investors and asset consultants with periodic portfolio holdings, there remains no formalised legal requirement of the fund managers to disclose their positions. There has, however, been a recent review undertaken by the Commonwealth Treasury examining disclosure issues in superannuation and other funds in the system, and the final report has not yet been released by the Federal Minister. Our research, however, indicates that periodic portfolio positions at monthly intervals or longer would not affect fund alpha generation for fund managers.